her travels, Anna Whiteley is always on the lookout for advice from the world's best players and coaches to help improve her game and hopefully yours too.
Wow!
Today she's with Alison Whitaker, who's going to help Anna with her short game when faced with tough lies around the green.
Well, we are back for some more coaching tips with former golf pro Alison Whitaker. Ali, you have been a superstar so far. So far, we have done course management off the tee, we've done fairway bunkers, and now it is time for some chipping, because in a situation like this, just off the green, I would probably putt it, purely for lack of confidence, but possibly not the best decision.
Well, you're kind of stuffed, aren't you? Because you've hit a pretty good shot. You're only 15 feet from the pin.
Yeah.
And you're in that lie.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be a bit peeved.
You would. It's a horrible lie. I've landed in a divot, and I don't know what to do from here, really.
Well, I'm going to give you two options, hence the two clubs, 1, 2.
I was going to ask what these are for.
Yeah, you're going to need both of them at different times. Now, there's two ways you can play a shot like this. One of them is using the toe of the club, which I really like, because what the toe does is, it's like that, you know, when you pull a toothbrush out to clean things, because it just gets in all those nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
That's what the toe of the club does. It just fits right in there much better than the whole club does, right?
Okay.
Because that would just skip through. You probably end up blading the ball out of that lie.
Yeah.
But in this instance, so I'm going to toss my lob wedge down. I'll use that coming up next. But in this one, you stand up to the ball, you pop the little toe in behind it. Now, you don't need a very wide stance at all, because you can stand pretty close to it. You want the club to be upright.
Yeah.
So ball slightly back in your stance.
Okay.
Your hands are going to be very high, and you're literally just going to move it straight back, straight forward.
So the ball is almost behind your back foot.
It's a long way back, only because I want to make sure, because it's a divot, that it does come down a little bit steep.
Yeah.
So, as I said, just let the toe of the club do all of the work getting into there for you. So not a lot of wrist movement. So from here, it's literally toe down, and it's just a small little movement back and forward.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And see, the club got in there and did all of the work and just pops the ball out. Now, when you look at that, you've got 5 feet left to try and save your par out of that lie.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would often worry that if I catch the toe of my club, it's going to shoot out at an angle. But in this situation, when you're dealing with a divot, it's slightly different.
Yeah, it is a little bit. You have a tendency to start these right whenever you put the toe down. So you can aim a little bit left if you want, just to try and combat that. Depends what's happening on the green as well and the slope of the green. Now, option number 2, behind door number 2.
Excellent.
There's another one that I like to call the intentional blade.
Ooh.
I mean, the whole thing behind it is the fact that the ball actually stays airborne for the first 2 or 3 feet. So even if you're putting, if you really hone in on things, you can see that the ball, whenever you putt it from off the green, it's actually airborne for half the time anyway. So what I like to do is, and it works from even good lies as well.
So this club is slightly more lofted.
This is a lob wedge.
Right.
You can use whatever feels comfortable. You could do this with an 8-iron if you like. It's not really about the loft. It's more about the leading edge and the weight of the club.
Okay.
But that's just a feel thing. So for me, I like playing it with a lob wedge. And then, again, it's almost like a little bit of a chip putt. So you could call it a chut or a pit, whichever way you would like it.
The intentional bladed chut.
Yeah, the chut.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to do is try and hit the ball halfway up. It's going to pop up and then it's going to trundle out to the pin.
Okay.
So. And again, it did start a little right, but I'd take uphill 3-4 feet for par any day out of that lie. So I'm going to take it now. I want to see you have a crack at this, all right?
Can't wait
batter up. It's your turn.
This is really interesting though. I've never had specific tips for bad lies and divots around the green, because you can get yourself into a real mess.
It's just a mental thing where you go, all right, I've got 3 options. Which one works the best? And all of a sudden you're more relaxed over it because you know that you've got some stock shots to go to.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the 54.
Yeah, so we'll do the toe down.
So
it's almost like a little bunt.
So it's kind of behind my feet.
Yeah, now stand closer to the ball. So what you want to make sure that toe's sitting down. So it's going to feel quite unnatural, but you'll get used to it. So you want to be almost really on top of the ball. And then it's just straight back, straight through, a little bunt forward.
Wow. Oh yeah, look at that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I've never heard of that before, but that works really nicely. It feels really easy.
Yeah, it's just simple, because I think a lot of people get in divots and then they overthink it. They try to do too much to get out of it when,
Yeah.
like, just let the toe of the club do all the work.
Yeah.
Gets in there, slots in there perfectly, and then just trot it on out.
Love that. Okay, next one. So this was this was a putt,
The half blade.
half blade putt.
Yeah, the
And that's kind of putting
chut.
halfway.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Yeah.
It's just kind of putting literally halfway up the ball.
Yes, so square club face.
Yeah.
Yep. And so square it
yeah.
up on the line that you think that, because you can almost read the putt from here as well. So you know that
Yeah.
that's going to go a little left to right. So you can aim a little left with this.
Yeah.
Because it's like a putt. So
Okay.
then go halfway up the ball and then just back and through like a putting stroke.
Okay. Was a bit of a chip.
Yep.
Probably didn't quite get halfway
It kind
up
of
the
popped
ball.
up, but again, you've got what, 3 or 4 feet for par,
Yeah.
and that wasn't a good shot.
I'm
so
just going to have another little go at that
you're
one.
allowed another go.
Because that's still a really interesting concept though.
Yeah. So back and through halfway
Yeah.
up. There you go.
And there we go. Yeah, really, really simple tips here when you have a dodgy lie, because I wouldn't really know what to do out of this.
No, well, you just want to have a couple of options because,
Yeah.
you know, as I said, it just relaxes you when you know that you can play out of these and you've got a go-to shot. So all
Okay,
of a sudden,
good stuff.
got a couple up your sleeve.
Another couple of cracking tips from Ali there. If you find yourself just off the green with a horrible lie, take on these tips because they really do work.